Hey guys, today we're going to talk through my Rhodan trolling motor on my 21-foot center console. So this is my boat. It's a 21 Seacat. It weighs approximately 4,000 pounds with a half tower. I use it primarily to sight fish and to fish nearshore wrecks. On my boat, I decided to install the trolling motor on centerline. So I have a 72-inch and a 36-volt motor. The trolling motor is powered by 3 lithium-ion batteries. So one of the biggest reasons I wanted to have this trolling motor mounted on my boat was when I can identify areas of wrecks here, as you can see on the screen, and accurately depict what was on the bottom and then position the boat right where I want on top of that structure. This is a very well-known wreck in Virginia, and as you can see, it's not very big. So this is one of the first days I installed the trolling motor. I wanted to see how well it actually kept my position. As you can see in the upper left-hand corner, that's 0.5 knots as far as movement, but on the GPS, you can see the track line has not moved. Another thing worth mentioning is that this is not a magic tether to whatever you want to be above or where you want to stay. The boat is going to shift, but the trolling motor will recover. And how fast that recovers depends on your boat, current, tide, and wind. As you can see here, I have the trolling motor deployed. I have it about halfway down the shaft, and it is holding me here with no issue. Alright, so here we have a test. I deployed the trolling motor and we have some bridge pilings that we're going to approach. We are down current, and each click you hear, or beep, will be what Rhodan calls a 5-foot jog using the spot lock function. Now this area is commonly known to have currents that will go anywhere from half a knot all the way up to 2 knots depending on the phase. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit so you can see a little bit more of the time lapse and fast forward, but being the first time I was using this, I didn't want to get too close and didn't obviously want to damage anything, so I took my time to approach, but clearly it's holding me in the same spot, and then I slowly start walking up towards the pilings here. Coming up here in a few seconds, I'm going to start moving it to the left and see if I can go past the piling. I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, and I want to see if I can get upstream or up current of all this. So right here, I'm going to go and hit a consecutive few beeps and see if that takes me a little bit further. Another good thing to point out is that this is all from the automatic motor, the quote-unquote spot lock. So I'm just jogging the trolling motor where I want it to go, and that is working off its internal GPS. Now you can run this on manual and you can put this forward, or you can also have pre-recorded spots or tracks that this will allow you to go and follow along. But this is just working off of the spot lock function, which is I use 98% of the time. When using the manual mode with my boat and no current, I've been able to get my my speed up to about 3 knots, which is pretty impressive on the 36-volt system. So what I was doing here was backing up with the current just to see if it would force me in that direction or if it would actually compensate for the current or the tide in whatever situation you might be. What I have noticed over the past years is that it will actually just decrease the power and not actually push you back, which is kind of nice when you're up close to a bridge piling or some sort of dock or whatnot that you want to fish. So here's a clip from early spring 2020. Thank God for fishing with all this COVID going on. But this is a really good clip that shows the winds coming from my stern. We have the current, so we have a wind against tide sort of scenario, and you can see that the trolling motor is holding me right off there. A little deceptive, but we're probably about 10 to 12 feet off that front piling. And we're fishing for tautog, tog, blackfish, hoping to get a early season bite here, so let's see what happens. So you see me pick up the Rhodan remote, saying, okay, maybe I need to get a little closer, I need to move a little bit, but I have the ability to jog about 5 feet based on the current and what I feel comfortable with, closer, away, left, or right of that piling. So again, you see me reach for the remote, the wind's getting a little stronger, so it's actually starting to kick the boat, but with a traditional anchor, you would be basically up the creek without a paddle, but here I'm able to kick the boat now closer back to the pilings to stay on that bite, or hopefully a bite.